called out to the children of Adam. That's all of us. All of us are the children of Adam. Whether we Muslim, Kafir, hypocrite, Mukadhibun, believer, Mukhlisun, Muslimun, we all are the children of Adam. This is what Allah is saying. He said, didn't I tell you not to worship the shaitan? How do we worship the shaitan? If we're Muslims, we worship the shaitan. It's whenever we start putting partners with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sometimes it's like our own self. We put as a partner with Allah. We start bragging, showing off. Hey, everybody, look at me. You see what I'm saying? The Prophet, he said, Ariyu shokun. Ariyahu shokun. He said, showing off is shirk. It's shirk. It's a hidden hypocrisy. Deeply embedded in our hearts. So far deep down in our hearts, we can't even detect it. And what's so killing others, they can't detect it. Only Allah knows that. It's in a place that only Allah can see. We have to pray that we're not one of those. We have to stay away from the Kafirs. And when we do go to them, we go to them giving Dawah. Because we don't know if they're Kafirs. All we know is they haven't taken Shahada yet. We don't know if they're Kafirs. Not every non-Muslim is a Kafir. I mean, hey, there was a time I could say myself, and many of us in here can say the same thing. We didn't know about no Allah. We didn't know anything about Allah. We didn't know anything about the Prophet ﷺ. We didn't know anything about the Quran. And we really, if we thought we might have been Christians, but we didn't even know anything about Isa alayhi salam. But were we Catholics? I don't think so. Because Allah reeled us into His reality. He took us out of the darkness and put us in His light, in His nur. Allahu alladhina amanu yukhrijuhum min adh-dhulumati ila an-nur. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala drew us out of the darkness of ignorance and brought us into the nur of His land, of knowledge. That's what His land is. Man is knowledge. It's knowledge. Soul-saving knowledge. Life-saving knowledge. We didn't deserve it. We didn't do one thing to deserve it. We didn't do one thing to deserve to be Muslim. I'm just joking. So we got to honor that. We got to honor that by following His guidance and by following His Quran and by following His Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He's the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah directs our focus to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. To Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He is the perfect pattern. Those who follow Him are following His pattern. The pattern that He gave to Ibrahim alayhi salam. That pattern was class, purity of worship. He's the focus Allah gave us. So when we make the calendar, we say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Powerful. We just say it, we say that's enough to get us paradise. Then he just embellishes it and gives us a way. And he places on our tongue, out of his mercy, wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluhu. There are some kafirs and some munafiqun who will say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. They'll say that. They don't mean it. You know, they'll say that. Christians say, yeah, I believe there's only one God. And it's Jesus. I mean, close but no cigar. And, you know, the people, when they run looking for guidance, spiritual, you know, guidance, spiritual healing, they'll run to the church. That's what we did. Run to the church. We're looking for Allah, looking for Allah, looking for Allah, looking for this one God, looking for this true God. We run there blindly, and we run there, you know, with our hearts open. And we get right there to that spot, looking for that one God, they tell us, bingo, 3. 3-card Molly here. The old shell game. Which shell is the peel underneath? They play with us. They say, you know, Father, Son, Holy Ghost. Which shell? Which card is the ace of spades? The 3-card Mollies. And we got people, we got loved ones trapped in that foolishness, man. We got to call them out of that. We got to tell them, La ilaha illallah. Kul huwa Allahu ahad. We got to let them know, hey. No one deserves to be worshipped or prayed to but Allah. Nobody, nothing. You gotta tell them that. And that's the Dawah. La ilaha illallah, 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 la ilaha illallah. Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. We got to call not just non-Muslims back to Allah's Prophet, Quran, and Sunnah. We have to call Muslims back. We got Muslims out here talking. They'll sit there and talk Islam all day long. They won't even mention Allah. They'll sit there and talk Islam all day long and won't even mention the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They'll sit there and talk about Islam all day long and won't even mention anything out of the Quran. We have to call the people back to the reality of La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We can't give them the 3-card Molly thing. We can't tell them, hey, this sheikh over here, or this imam over here, or this mufti over there, or that alim over there, or that sahaba over there is the focus. The focus is Allah's Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That's the figure. That's the figure. That's the focus. That's the concentration. We have to sit down and try to figure out, what is La ilaha illallah? What does that mean? It means Allah. What does that mean? We have to beg Allah to give us understanding of La ilaha illallah. We have to beg Allah to give us a better, clearer, mubin understanding of Allah. A of the reality of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. What is the depth of Allah? What is His essence? What is the haqiqah, Muhammadiyah? What is the reality of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam? We'll find that right here in this book. It's right here in this book. The best dhikr, the Holy Quran. The best dhikr, la ilaha illallah. That's what it is. It's in the dhikr. It's in the dhikr of Allah. It's in the remembrance of Allah. Or Allah wouldn't have called it the dhikr of Allah Akbar. He said the dhikr of Allah is Akbar. And we all know who Akbar is. Akbar is Allah. Allahu Akbar. You can't separate Allah from His word. Same thing. This is uncreated reality of the Quran. Can't be duplicated. And can't be improved upon. Let's sit down here. Let's sit down here together and waste time trying to create an ayat of Quran. Another ayat of Quran. Let's sit down and do that, right? Can't be done. It's perfected. Light, nur of Allah. Perfected by Allah Himself. Who can improve on that which Allah has perfected? And completed. This is the last ayat of Quran. He gave us this ayat. This is the last ayat of the Quran. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And it's really part of an ayat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, He says, this day, this day I have perfected your religion for you, completed my favor upon you, and have chosen for you Islam as your deen. It's the last ayat of Quran that Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam received. And it's part of an ayat. It's part of ayat number 3 in Surah Ma'idah. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam took that ayat and inserted it into the Quran where Allah had guided it to. That's the last ayat that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam received. Prior to that, it was the last surah, which was Surah An-Nasr. So, subhanAllah, Allah perfected our deen. He chose this for us. He chose us to be Muslim out of His mercy. And we have a job to do. Got a big job to do. Now you say, you up for it? You up for it? MashaAllah. So let's do the Dawah, man. Let's call the people to Allah. Not just our tribe, but all the tribes to La ilaha illallah. Muhammad Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun. Wa salamun ala mursaleen. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alameen. Wa salatu wa salam ala rasulil kareem. Y'all gotta forgive me. I talk too much. Is that okay?